So for me, one of the most important things that we could do is to really feel and use and listen to our body, because I really know from my body that it shows me everything, and both science and every system talks about, even the Bible, to know yourself. And the whole process of waking up is to actually be able to respect and understand that our nervous system actually will give us all the possible information. And from a tantric perspective, my work and my life is really about the path of Tantra. Tantra is about being in the nectar of stillness and in that divine relationship with the sky and the earth, or spirit and matter. It's being able to be in a place of purity and clarity, to be able to take the cosmic charge of spirit coming right the way through the body down to the base of spine, and then to experience then the release of Kundalini, or the sleeping serpent, to uncoil itself and pass back up through the body, opening the brow. So all the Shakti, all the energy is passing through and travelling then out as a creative force of energy to bring healing onto the planet, through our selfless service, through harmlessness, through impeccability, through warriorship. So the more we deepen to our connection with Source, and the more we make our alignment, our one-ment with all existence, and the more we come to those bliss states of such levels of dissolve, to be able to come to recognize the oneness of all things, not as a theory, but as a physical experience, the more we want to share that experience. When a person experiences literally the cosmic bliss state by being empty, still, and actually sitting in the Tao and being moved in the Tao, it's at that moment that the bursting forth happens, where there would be nothing greater than to be able to share that with another being, and actually be in such a translucent, clear space to be able to pass through another being, and another person pass through yourself, and be in that level of higher telepathy. And one of the things that when these kind of states of consciousness of Tantra happens, like the beauty, the exquisiteness, the soma, the nectar that's actually, it's a physical thing that happens in your body to do with your whole endocrine system, all the glands literally trickling the most delicious elixirs through the body. Our body's so interdimensional, so incredible. The 1,000 points of light, which are our meridian system, are all gateways into intergalactic consciousness. Our 21 minor chakras are vortexes of energy that have been developed through all the mantra and prayer and good attitude and right practice through all of the different lifetimes. And then we have these great 7 centers of force, our chakras. When we come into that specific awakening and alignment, and when the throat center is now spiraling at a frequency to actually make its alignment to the solar plex, and then you have the heart center now having opened enough to calm down the solar plex and develop discernment, discrimination, and then all of that good merit or bodhicitta built through right action, now opening the crown chakra enough to allow the cosmic fire aspect of ourselves to travel unimpeded through our spine, down through each chakra, through each membrane, to then literally come to the base of our spine and literally wake up the sleeping serpent, and then as a double helix just throw the energy up to the brow, opening it so that we can actually finally come outside of the matrix of doom and gloom and disharmony and fear and warring within ourselves. And we have the purity recognition of actually that there is a divine plan that's unfolding, and we stand in revelation, being able to witness the good, the true and the beautiful. So I think this is like an incredible time for humanity right now. It's like one of the most auspicious moments to be on the planet, and we've been here many, many times, and right now to be here at this time of awakening. I mean, I'm really understanding when the people who talk about that we are the ones that we've been waiting for. It's like, you know, all the blessings of our ancestry, all the time in evolution, and now we're at this level of consciousness to recognize that it's in our own hands. This wake up that's happening, it's like there's nowhere else to go apart from this very moment. And what can we do? We can serve humanity, get selfless. For me, what's so incredible about this moment, like the dream spell people and the Mayans talk about 2012, and a lot of things have been prophesized about the end of time, and I know that so much fear sits in the consciousness of humanity about apocalypse and the end of time, but I think that the end of time is about entering the heart of timelessness, about coming into the heart space. And from what I'm seeing and witnessing as a planetary healing crisis is the humanity awakening and coming to that place of the brow center being open and radiating at a level where they're able to be present in the Tao, in the place of existence, so they're outside of living in an emotional response from their conditioning, from our conditioning. And I think that you know, there is a divine plan, that, you know, some people think Jesus Christ didn't really exist, or, you know, to me Jesus Christ is an incredible master, that we have Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and masters of wisdom that have walked before us, and many on the earth at this time. And it is part of our evolution to develop mastery within ourselves, and this all comes from the capacity and the capability to be harmless. And there are incredible tools that have been given out. The person who's been my teacher in my life is a gentleman, amazing bodhisattva called Tuku Galwa Jampa Rinpoche, who has developed these incredible tools to increase telepathy and put out pujas and invocations so that you can actually really come into a place of soul infusion. And that, when I talk about soul infusion, so this is the point where humanity, soul, as a collective, is coming to penetrate the body, you know, be now like that. Every human being has an opportunity to actually make a conscious choice around soul infusion and invoke the spirit, so that the physical body and the personality becomes an integrated vehicle. So in other words, this is the time that humanity is developing its rainbow bridge, and that's a very specific process where the altar major opens. It's a whole amazing process. It's a very auspicious time. I think that humanity are going to get healthier and more conscious. That's what soul infusion is. In fact, what I was realizing the other day was that as each one of us comes into the one-ment of inner peace and radiates light of tranquility through our feet, through our being, and goes and makes our pilgrimage, etc. Because now we're in that place of connection to source, we're not looking outside of ourselves to be nourished. So imagine that's going to be like reflected on a collective level, so that humanity won't continue to rape the land and suck it dry, because it's connected to source. So reflect. So as we come to that place so much more, then we'll be able to find different ways of nourishing ourselves on a physical level. So maybe we'll be using hydroponics and liquid nutrients in a different sort of way, where we're not actually putting pesticides into the ground anymore. And actually that we use, you know, we have more prana, we actually have more ability to draw energy into there. That's what one of the things we were just talking about with Dan Winter on a scientific level. This is all provable, everything I'm speaking about. We're really coming to an auspicious moment, and that the key is about finding our alignment to source and bliss. You know, that is humanity is going to such a new, incredible place. Imagine the technology in terms of transport systems. We won't need to be using fuel in the way that we do, because we'll be able to have the technology of understanding how to use the electromagnetic field and the ley line structures, and we can use the light of our soul and technology to be able to fuel and power things. The importance of making sacred spaces within our home and within our environment is so so essential to being able to keep clear and be able to function properly. So, it's very simple things to build an altar, clear clutter, maybe have an altar in each of the directions. I like to do that. To make holy water, use the power of prayer. Actually, the key to living in harmony is to use the power of prayer in whichever way, through acknowledging your gratitude, coming to a place of praise, and to radiate the quality of love. Those three tools, and you actually radiate a light field as you do that, and then your space starts to reflect how you feel about yourself. So, actually I went through a period of being inspired to wear white for about 7 years, having gone through just wearing black for, in the fashion industry for a while. Just actually having really light, clear colours in your sacred space is so important. And keeping things like chemical free in your environment, burning good incense, using the power of sound and pujas and invocation is really helps to make, because it makes it actually a vortex of high vibrational frequency, and then you can sleep more wholesomely. And not, we were also talking about sacred space and the ability to not have people vampire your energy. That's what we were talking about. Having the discernment, discrimination of where we have to close doors in our lives whilst we're waking up, becoming conscious. That's one of the important things too.